What is up, YouTube? Johnny B here again today, and we are back with the FRS. I'm excited to work on it today because there's something came in for it that I've been waiting forever. Obviously, it's an exhaust, you guys can see it in the title. And one of the cool things about it is that in my effort, to try to get to at least 500 wheel horsepower, I knew that I needed to upgrade my exhaust. Unfortunately, my TRD exhaust, for as long as I had it, had to go because it was too small. I think it was probably less than 2.5 inches. I don't know the specs, might have been like 225, and it just wasn't enough flow for the power that I'm going to be running. Obviously, I made 400 wheel horsepower even with that small diameter pipe, but I wanted to change the exhaust. I wanted to run something that's really nice. Something that I've always wanted was, I guess you could say, a fart can. I've always seen, classic JDM cars, or I've seen Evos or other, like, just any other car like that, when they have the big old muffler in the back and it's like sticking at an angle and upwards. Like, I've always thought that looked so cool, and it's just the FRS can't really pull that look off, mainly because the rear bumper or the rear diffuser has 2 holes for, dual exhaust. And most of the time when you have a dual exhaust car and putting a single exit, it makes it look kind of weird. But in my case, I have half of the bumper completely removed. So it would be cool to be able to see the exhaust, and it's gonna, even though it's a single, it's not gonna be looking as bad because I don't have, a cutout that's over here on the other side of the car. So that's the plan for today, to install the new exhaust. Obviously the TRD exhaust, I already sold it. I actually shipped it to a guy in Florida. His name is Zach, and he is actually Ambush Drift's roommate. So that was pretty cool to see that, small world, another YouTuber, his actual roommate bought the exhaust for me, so cool. And then another thing that I wanted to show you guys that I didn't get to show you in, 2 videos ago when I went ahead and installed my front bash bar, is the finished product of the splitter mounting into the bash bar. Obviously, I had the splitter set up to mount onto, the factory crash bar, but now I had to make new brackets to be able to mount it to the JDL front bash bar. So let me show you guys that, and then we'll pull out the car. So since the FRS is not drivable under its own power right now, I'm gonna have to pull it out myself. So 1 Johnny horsepower, or actually that doesn't make sense. It'd be just 1 Johnny power, right? So let's go ahead and pull it out. All right, so the car is now out and out of the way. Obviously, I got a little bit more space. I've lifted it up on its side since I don't have access to the lift at the moment, unfortunately. And I laid out the full exhaust system. It's a Greddy. It is the Revolution RS exhaust, 3-inch all the way back. And I bought the optional titanium tip. That way it has that nice blue tip, which is something that I've always wanted, and it looks really gorgeous. That's what I wanted to go with from the beginning, but I just didn't feel like spending money into an exhaust system, which was probably more than $1,000 in just exhaust, where I could use that money to just put it into the turbo kit. But now that I want to make more power, the 3-inch is going to be beneficial, so I had to sell my exhaust and upgrade it. Also, another thing that I bought with it was some titanium wrap from DEI, and that stuff looks gorgeous on the exhaust system. So anything that was just pipe, I just went ahead and wrapped it. Obviously, I also have my Blitz pipe that I pulled out, wrapped that. So as you can see there, that's the Blitz front pipe. And then from there, it's gonna connect straight to the Greddy exhaust. This is gonna be that mid pipe area with the resonator. It's covered in foam right now so I don't scratch it up. And then if you keep going down, it's got really nice little Greddy logos on the flanges right there. And then if we keep going, as you can see, then we have the full Greddy muffler over there with the titanium tip. All covered up, obviously, since I'm gonna be installing it. I don't want to scratch it up as I'm installing it. If it scratches later on when I'm driving underneath, you know, that happens. The muffler shouldn't scratch up, but the resonator probably will unless I raise the car a little bit, which I am planning on doing because my front pipe actually got a little bit scratched up from when we did the track session, and I was just running through apexes, and apparently my front pipe got a little bit of scrape on a certain section of the track where they allow you to kind of cut a little bit. They have the cone there, but the apex literally center lines your car, so I think that's why I have red and white paint on my front pipe from that track day. So I am planning on raising it so I don't damage this gorgeous exhaust, and mainly because when I was under hard cornering, the front end was actually, the tire was rubbing on the frame, and I left a little bit of rubber there. I didn't notice that till after. Obviously I didn't notice it while driving, but I think at least like a ½ inch in the front will probably help out with that, so that way I don't have any rubbing issues and I can get in and out of this driveway here at the shop because it is pretty bad. So without further ado, let's go ahead and install the new exhaust system. So this is the hardware kit that comes with the exhaust system. It's pretty cool. Now let me just take out what I need from this kit. Okay. Oh, this is gonna look so sick. All right guys, the exhaust is finally installed. It looks gorgeous. I love the way it angles out towards the back, and then obviously it slips right by my splitter rods, or the rods that actually hold on my rear diffuser. So that's perfect. That way I'm still gonna be symmetrical with my rods in the back, and the exhaust pipe just goes straight through them. So I couldn't have asked for a better fitment on that part. Unfortunately, the actual diffuser, where the area where it passes right by the diff, there are some clearance issues. Obviously, I guess the VIRUS rear plates underneath and the diffuser weren't designed. They weren't designed to fit a 3-inch, I guess. I don't know, or maybe the way that this one fits. So I am gonna have to trim them a little bit and hope for the best. So now I have a full exhaust system that's 3-inch. Obviously, I had like an issue with the having the TRD only be like 2.5. Now with a full 3-inch, I should have a little bit more fun power-wise, and it should be quite a bit louder. You know, I don't really like cars that are too loud. That's why I kind of went with the RS Revolution, because it has a resonator, whereas the RS Race doesn't. So that one would have, it's cheaper. It was like 200 bucks cheaper, but it would have been louder, so I wanted to go with this one. And then obviously I wanted the titanium tip. It's looking good. It's everything as I imagined, you know, as I pictured it in my mind, the way I wanted it to look, fit perfectly, except, you know, apart from what I just stated. It looks really good underneath, the way that the exhaust system is all titanium wrapped. That should keep my temperatures down. Obviously I wrapped all the way from the overpipe, and then before the overpipe is gonna be all the turbo manifold and the downpipe, and that's all gonna be ceramic coated, so that's gonna hold heat on its own. Unfortunately, we can't hear the exhaust system in this video, mainly because I have no turbo kit and no turbo manifold or no header. So I can't even turn on my car because the engine's still taken apart lightly for when the turbo kit does come in, and I'm done, basically. So that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, watching the install of the Greddy exhaust. I'm really excited. I did so much research to decide which one to go with, and I just really like that type of style, that type of look. It's just something that I've always wanted since I was little, that I always admired. Obviously, it's gonna be loud, and it's what everybody calls a fart can, but the car is actually gonna be fast, so it should hopefully eliminate those issues. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys have a great day.